I know a lot of people are thinking about selling off some of those investments to avoid further losses. And that's totally understandable right now. The market has been all over the place. But if you've got a kid in high school, especially a sophomore, this move could actually come back to bite you big time. See, even if you're cashing out today, chances are that those investments have still grown over time. And if you sell, that capital gain gets added directly to your income for the year. The same income that colleges use to determine how much you can afford to pay. I'm Joe Kerins, the most certified college financial planner in the country, and I'm going to walk you through a scenario that I see families miss all the time, and it ends up costing them thousands in potential financial aid. So let's say you're a family of four, $140,000 in adjusted gross income. You've got a mutual fund portfolio that right now is worth $100,000. You put 30 grand in, let's say back in 2015. Now, if you sell it, that's $70,000 of capital gains, long-term capital gains. Sounds like a win, right? But here's where it gets tricky. The long-term capital gains tax is 15%. So cashing out that money, you're going to owe $10,500 in taxes. But the entire $70,000 gain gets added to your adjusted gross income. And that $70,000 boost in your AGI will affect the FAFSA SAI Student Aid Index and the CSS profile expected family contribution. By how much? Let's take a look. So I make 140,000, pay taxes, I've got 100 grand in assets, not including anything else. My student aid index is that 31,329. And for the CSS profile, which is what private schools use, that EFC is about 24,321. So let's see what this does when we look at an in-state state school and a private school in our area. Penn State. No, they think you can afford 31,000. So you qualify for some need-based aid. It might be a loan, it might be subsidized, it might be a work study, but you are eligible for need-based aid. Look at University of Pennsylvania, they meet 100% of need. So if they think you can only afford $24,000 a year, that's what they're going to ask you to pay. Add that adjusted gross income from that capital gain and watch what happens to our student aid index and EFC. Now, Penn State from the FAFSA thinks that we can afford $59,000 a year. That's a $28,000 increase. And University of Pennsylvania, using the CSS profile, that goes up to 48,000. So now Penn State thinks we can afford full price. We're not eligible for any type of need-based aid. University of Pennsylvania, well, we still qualify for need-based aid, but now our out-of-pocket cost is double what it should have been, $48,000. You didn't just pay more in taxes, you just disqualified yourself from tens of thousands of dollars in financial aid. And guess what, guys? That's per year. Here's the part almost no one talks about. If your child is a sophomore in high school right now, this is considered their base year. That means that for financial aid, this year's income is what you are going to report when they are a senior in high school. And if you included that $70,000 capital gain, that's used on your financial aid applications when your student is applying to college. So what looked to be that savvy investment move could actually cost you tens of thousands of dollars in grants, scholarships, and need-based aid down the road. So before you sell, plan, run the numbers, know how it affects your student aid index. And guess what? If you need help figuring this out or want to have a conversation, you can book a consultation with me at joethecollegepro.com.